testing this out. I am testing this out. This is my first time doing TikTok live. So, okay. I don't know how to do that. All right, TikTok, you keep telling me to do stuff. I don't even know what that's saying. But anyway, I'm trying to get going on live. I'm trying to get going live on TikTok as well. And I'm not even sure what it's saying. I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk. And whoever's on, great. If not, that's what's up too. It's my first time live on TikTok, actually. So I'm hoping that the sound is coming through right. I can hear it. So it seems like it's cool. And right here, let me see if I'm good. Check. Check. Am I good on here? Am I good on YouTube? That is important. I can hear myself, but I'm pretty low. So I might have to turn up. Let me turn up a little bit. I feel like I'm a little quiet. All right, I'm hoping y'all can hear me. I'm feeling like I can hear myself pretty good. So if I'm pretty low, let me turn up a little bit. Let me turn this up a little bit. Monitoring is always pretty wild. Making sure I'm not too loud. Okay. I think I'm good. I'm gonna just roll. Anyway, to any guitar players, any aspiring guitar players, and please don't mind me, I'm looking at two lenses. I'm on TikTok right now as well as YouTube. So please don't mind me. So I'll be just looking at two different situations. But if I sound good, just let me know. If you can hear me good, let me know. That would be helpful. So, but right now I'm about to share how to play Summer Breeze by the Isley Brothers. So this is like, the 70s or whatever. And it was actually requested. I forget your name, yo. I'll probably share in the comments after I record this. Who actually requested this song? And yeah, I'm good here. Who actually requested this song? I put up a post asking, hey, what do you all want to hear from me? And some people made suggestions, so I appreciate the suggestions. It's like I don't have time to edit because I'm editing a bunch of stuff, a bunch of podcasts. Sometimes that takes longer than 30 minutes. So, but I can do a live real quick. That's unscripted. And here we go. So I'm not sharing any charts. I'll do a separate video sharing charts, and you know how to do all that. Yeah, man, shut up, shut up. Okay, so I'm not going to share any charts, but I will tell you what what the actual chords are. Okay. Now this song is in the key of C and is relative to A. Well, A minor is the sixth, so that's like relative to the key of C major. So that's A minor right here. Here's the C major right here. And the song Summer Breeze goes like Summer Breeze. So that's like the chorus, okay? And then the verse goes something like this. Well, one of the verses goes like this. The melody is something like. So I got a little shaker, a little loop. You know what I mean? If you want to check that out. So that's like to keep me a little bit on beat. Hopefully it'll keep me on beat. I ain't really warm up. I just learned the song, so I've heard it numerous times, but never sat down to listen to it. So the intro is. This is where the guitar is playing on top of it, like this. And right now what I'm playing is actually A minor to D minor. So the melody is, and then somebody want to call me, and then the melody is that's like the melody that plays over the A to D. So I'll do a lesson on the solo later when I have that hooked up. Anybody joining, I appreciate you. So that's pretty much how the intro. Bum, 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 bum. So so this is like a strummer's type beat, or like, you know. So it's kind of cool because the electric guitar is playing solos over the acoustic strumming. So it's like a little dichotomy right there. But then it goes to the Summer Breeze part. So then that says, whoever said you're so talented, yo, whoever that is, I appreciate it. Thank you. So the part where it says Summer Breeze, Summer Breeze makes me feel fine. So verse. second verse. So anyway, that's the gist of it. I mess around and play the whole song. So just kind of wanted to demonstrate what the song sounds like for those of you who are not familiar with the song. All right. So now for the chords. So I'm just going to explain because in a little bit I got to go pick my daughters up. So like I said, the song is in the key of C. The relative minor is the A minor, okay? And yeah, Sean G, you were the one who asked. You were the one who asked. So I wanted to honor what, people actually requested. So I appreciate it. So in the key of C, here's the key of C. Right here. And here's the relative minor, which is A minor. So the very first chord, the intro, which I said a little earlier, is A minor. And you can sort of interchangeably play A minor or A minor seventh, In many songs, you can play them interchangeably. Sometimes you cannot. Here's the A minor. So over in the fifth fret, you pretty much bar in the fifth fret, and your ring finger is good to be in that seventh fret on the A string. And that's like the pentatonic position. And then the D minor. You can play the D minor here. Well, you can play the A minor and the D minor here as well. So in the open position is over here. And the barred position is here. So the barred position is fifth fret. You can pivot on that fifth fret to play both of those chords. All right. Anybody on YouTube, if you have questions, please ask. All right. It'd be funny how y'all be peeping in, don't be saying nothing. But yeah, so that's where you can pivot to play, because basically you're kind of imagining that this nut is, you slide it down almost like it's a capo. How you got that here, you can play all the open chords. Once you learn them, you can pretty much slide that down, and kind of do the same thing. And so that's what it's good for. But you can also do it this. So that's what that is. But over here, different position. So the full chord progression is that's the intro. For the chorus, the summer breeze makes me feel fine. So you do the D minor. Summer breeze makes me feel. You go down the whole step. Summer breeze makes fine. So you go from the D minor to the E minor, which is the 3. Then you go back to D. Then you play a G11. And then the C major. Now the G11, what that looks like, it looks like you're playing a F major. It looks like that, but you're not going to play the F in the root position. You're not going to play that. So move this root right here. You're going to play it. You're going to play that G over. It's like playing a F major over a G. But the G is like the root right here. So I'm with my ring finger, I'm playing that G. Okay, I'm muting the A string so it's playing nothing. Okay, that's not playing anything. And I'm still playing that F major on the top end right here. So, but the way it sounds is, instead of this, it sounds like this. All right, and then C major, which is a regular open C major. So the full chord progression is summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jazz in my mind. Boom, 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 doom, doom. Now this, let's give it another try. So this is actually a C11. So a C11, which is the same as this. It's the same as this G, but you got to slide down to the C. But in the barred position, you're just in this third fret, you're literally barring the whole way. Maybe except the high E. You're not really playing the high E like that, but those 4 strings in the middle, you just bar it and just play those. Boom, 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 doom, doom. And then you do it again. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind, oh, in my mind. And so on that right there goes to a B minor. That's how that looks. So think a A minor, but you're gonna imagine this is, your index finger barring, but you're gonna have to play it at this point. And sometimes I put like a little dominant seventh, just from playing it. It just makes sense to me. Oh, in my mind. Then it goes. So that's how you play the chorus. Okay, that's the chorus part. All of the notes are correct. I can assure you of that. Now the verse, the first verse. When it I know the melody, don't know the lyrics. The da 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 evening. That is nothing but major chords played on that verse. Entirely major chords, all of them. So if you know your major chord shapes, you're in good hands. Quick little reminder, little note is that if you're playing a major chord from the low E string, there's a specific shape. Well, there are actually 2 different shapes that you could play. The shape that I'm playing is the barred, the main barred shape. So if I were to play like a G major, this is how it looks, okay, shape-wise. Maybe I have I can't share it on Instagram. Y'all can't see my screen because I can't cast it on Instagram. So maybe I won't share it. No, it's not there. No, it's not there. So yeah, I won't. I'll do another one. I'll do another one that is actually edited, but y'all might have to go to YouTube to check it out, to be honest with you. And those of you who are on TikTok, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube if you don't mind. And the more subscribers I get, the more I can be incentivized to actually like share stuff, So that's always helpful. That's helpful for any creator. So anyway, the shape that I'm playing, and this can be moved anywhere. all over. You just got to know what you're playing, and it has to fit in the song. So, but in this particular instance, a G major, here's a G, 3rd fret on the low E string. That's the lowest string for those of you who don't know your string names. 3rd fret on the low E string. On the A string, which is the next one down, is the 5th fret. The next one is the 5th fret as well for that string right here, the 4th one up. The following one is the 4th fret on the G string, and then the other strings, the high E and B string, 3rd fret. So you're barring here, and you place your fingers in those designated areas. Okay, that's the shape. That's for G. Okay. But if you move it up, that's an A sharp. Move it up, that's an A. Move it up, that's a A sharp, B flat. Move it up, that's a B. Move it up, that's a C. Move it up, that's a C sharp, D flat. Move it up, that's a D. So on and so forth. So that's from the low E. If you're playing it from the A string, it's a different shape. It looks like this. Now, if you play it open, it looks different, but it's like a little 3 fret box right here. Okay, and you can bar at that 3rd fret again, and you can flatten your pinky on the B, G, and D string. All right, you can just, that's it. So you're going to be using those shapes playing the verse. And there is a shape that you play from the D string as well. It's a little more difficult to play. That's also a major chord, but you can just play it here. So now with the verse, it's going to be a major starting off. So da 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 da. So this is A major, C major, G major, D major, boom, 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 boom. So let's do it again. A major. You can pretty much see where my finger is on the 2nd fret. That's open. And I'm flattening on the B, G, and D string in the 2nd fret. Then we're playing the C. It's the same shape, it's just moved down. Like if I were to have a capo right here, I would literally be playing it in the same way that I would in that open position. Okay, so that's pretty much how that is. Except I'm using my finger to be the capo. All right. Then and see, you would see me interchangeably play C this way and C this way. The same thing. The cool part about this is that you can actually do different things in different positions. Okay, if I'm in this position, I can kind of do little riffs like this. If I'm in this position, it's going to sound a little different. So depending on what position I'm in, I can do different voicings. All right. So that's the reason for that. But in this case, because it's like a strummer's song, like you can mess around and play, shoot a doggone campfire type joint. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, A major, I'm rambling. C major, G major, I showed y'all that. That's D major, so that's 5th fret. A major again, C major again. So you just do that. Let me put the loop on. The loop is important. The loop is important. So anyway. Now the let me stop this. Now the second verse, it kind of breaks down again to the intro. So it goes boom boom dum, dum, boom, 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 boom. And I already showed you the intro. Typically songs have repeating elements. Some songs do the same thing all the way through, and other songs may do two different chord progressions, but different melodies over those chord progressions. So it sounds like more is happening, but it's really not. This particular song has like 3 different things happening, but they're still pretty simple. So back to the intro, but he's using it for the second verse in this case. Boom, 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 boom. So we know that part, so I don't even have to go back over what that is, but just to remind you, it's A minor to D minor. Then this is the one time that you're going to hear this in this song, and you're only going to hear it once, and that's the G11 going to the A11. Of course, they're chugging. In the world, they only do that one time. So again, let me put the loop on. That is important. All right. I'll have to go back over the verse again. So that's like a third verse, or maybe the other thing was like a pre-verse. I never heard of that, but I just kind of gave it a name. But yeah, that's how you play that part. And then at the end of the song, it goes back to the intro. And this ring was kind of getting in my way. I'll put it back on. But yeah, on the very end when his brother is soloing, so it's like. Song, that's what it's doing when dude is soloing. Like I'll do another, I think I said this earlier, but I'll do another tutorial on the soloing part with my electric guitar to just give you, I mean, I'm not going to do it verbatim, but I can give you an idea of where the notes are, basically, in this area. Pretty much the whole song. But if you were to like make it a little more, well, it's already soulful, so let's not think it's not a soulful song. It is. And I'll be honest with you, when I was actually like figuring out the chords, I felt such joy in learning these chords. Like I actually got a feeling. It was kind of like overwhelming a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's how they felt when they was writing it. Maybe. So maybe this is how, if it was mellowed out, how it would go. But yeah, that is pretty much the song. That's how you play it. If any of you have questions before I get off, definitely ask me. I'm available. For like a few more minutes. Definitely ask me. But yeah, I want to ask anyone: Are any of you learning? Are any of you learning guitar? Well, I know, I know that a couple people on here. I'm actually scrolling through. Sean G said he's learning, or he's. I don't think he's a beginner, but he definitely requested the song. Again, Natalie, thank you for those kind words. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let me scroll back. I went all the way up. Somebody sent a message. I'll have to check that later. But I do just want to add this one part. Many people who want to learn guitar, they actually um, are very private about it, and they're kind of intimidated by the either the process or maybe other people who are a little bit further along in their learning process. So they don't want to be um, I don't know if you want to call the word shamed, or they don't want to feel like somebody else is further along than them. Well, hey, everybody's going to be at different places at different times. It don't matter what it is. But with guitar, you got to start somewhere. If you think about it this way, and I mean, you can actually apply this. This is actually a very transferable concept that you took a little time learning how to tie your shoes. That took a minute when you were doing it. And but once you got it, it was like you weren't even thinking about it. So with guitar, it is very much that way. Of course, there are always different things to learn at every level, at every point. It's pretty much like learning a language, but it's like once you understand the patterns and what's going on, it's just a matter of putting them together. And if you have like a community of people who are not trying to make it seem like they're further along than you, that's important as well. So I am attempting, and when I say I'm attempting, that means that I am. Okay, I am putting together a community. Okay, and that's something that when I'm gathering people around, and we're talking about guitar. Obviously, I like inserting life concepts and all these other things into the learning process, but I think it's important. It's definitely a learning tool, but just keep that in mind. There was once a time that you were learning how to tie your shoes, and you ain't thought about that in years. Or maybe there was once a time you were learning how to walk. You ain't thought about that in years unless you injured a leg or lost a leg. But keep in mind, there are people without limbs, without arms playing guitars with their feet. I think that's kind of mind blowing, to be honest with you. So, some people want to be entertained, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people actually want to put their hands on the guitar and learn it. Then you should learn it. If you have any questions, you could definitely like message me, because sometimes there's intimidation when it comes to like finding the right guitar, or when it comes to your guitar setup. Sometimes that's an issue. I can talk to you about your guitar setup. I can talk to you about anything related to guitar almost. I mean, I've built one, I've constructed one, not an acoustic. I don't know how to build acoustic guitars. But any questions that you have about guitar, I pretty much I know a decent amount of things. I'm not like a shredder guy. I know how to do it a little bit. I can play kind of fast. I can play some jazz. I can play a whole lot of R&B, a lot of soulful stuff, a lot of acoustic, campfirey stuff, some alternative stuff, some rock stuff. I can do that range and a little bit of fusion. I can do that a little bit too. So I can, if I don't know the answer, I can definitely point you in the right direction, but it is likely that I'll know the answer. So for those of you who join, I really do appreciate you even taking the time to peep into the window. And feel free to go back on the live. I might keep it posted. We'll see. If y'all want me to keep it up, I'll keep it up. But I'm going to have to get off and stop rambling because sometimes if it's too long, people don't watch the video. So if there are no questions, I'm going to get off. Now, I don't want to click this button and then I see questions flooding in. And I also want to establish a time. Sometimes you're going to see me randomly pop up. Let's know that. But I do want a regular time that I show up, and it's like you all can expect me to show up at that time. So if all hearts and minds are clear, I can definitely, maybe I'll go over it one more, not go over the whole thing, but just kind of play it real quick. Let me do it. The loop is important. It ain't nothing but a shaker. So I'll do this and then I'm getting off. All right. And I'm not gonna chug it. When I say chug it, I mean I'll do it on a more mellow type thing. But boom, boom, summer breeze makes me feel fine. The jasmine in my mind. Boom, 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 summer breeze makes me feel fine. The jasmine in my mind. Oh, in my mind. There's that part. Then it goes to that intro again. Then it's the out part. It just does that for the rest of the song. It does a couple of different patterns, but that's the part that he's soloing over. All right. So for those of you who just got on, I done already went through the whole song. You'll just have to go back and check it out. Um, and I'll mention one last time. I'll do a separate video on the actual like the riffs. I won't go over it verbatim, but I will go over, Jay Knight on YouTube. What's up, man? I appreciate you. Thank you. Um, but yeah, but those solos, like people really wanna know those things. So there are some specific riffs. Excuse me. There are some specific riffs that you can apply to almost any song, which is why it's important to not to learn. Like lock in one song, lock in one good song that you really like, and when you lock that one in, that one song can help you with hundreds of other songs. Now, not every song. It's not going to help you with every single song, but it's going to help you with a lot of other songs that sound similar, or maybe they're just in a different key but kind of have the same pattern. Okay? They may have different melodies, but the chord progression may be the same. So, guitar is a very rewarding learning process. It is extremely. I didn't even think I was gonna make a living doing it. I make a living doing it now. But when I was 21, I picked the guitar up. I wasn't like a little kid. I was 21 years old. So I've been playing for like 22 years now. Um, so yeah, Tears in Cole Wilson on TikTok. Tears in Heaven. I know of a couple of songs that's named Tears in Heaven. Who is it by? So, and thank you for commenting. So I'll definitely, I got a few songs on the list that I'm learning and like showing. So I could actually, cool, okay. Um, yeah, I learn songs weekly. I do it all the time. And first time I learned a song, I was 5 sitting at a piano and I was able to figure it out. And it's not because I learned all this technical stuff. I was just able to kind of connect my ear with my hands, and I was willing to get it wrong a bunch of times and double back and see if I actually could do it. So I think I think it has been my ability and my willingness to get it wrong. Got it, Eric Clapton. Let me make sure I make a note of that. Um, yeah, but that's with music and all types of other stuff. If you're willing to get it wrong and not be embarrassed and just go back and do it again, you'll be all right. It'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like people really don't care. They don't care if you mess up. Like I could be like, oh dog, I messed up. Oh my god. But people don't care that much. So that's what I've learned. We be so shy and wondering if somebody think this about you, and they really don't care. All right. So um, cool. Eric Clapton. And let me make sure I make a note of that. And then after that, y'all, I am getting off. Here's heaven, Eric Clapton. So I'm gonna just take a few seconds to actually write that down. But yeah, but people don't care as much as you think they do as far as learning an instrument. And some people are they just get embarrassed too easily. And you know if we trip and fall on our knees or whatever, people talk about it for about a day, and then after that they start talking about the next thing that happened. So people don't care that much. People don't care that much. So we really got to get over ourselves. And if you want to learn an instrument, learn it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I got the right one. Yeah, cool. All right, so I'll give that a listen, and maybe I'll share it on one of these lives. This is my first live, so I'm just kind of like filling out how to interact on this thing. And plus, I'm live on YouTube. So those of you who feel so compelled, if you're on YouTube too, you can subscribe on YouTube. you know, I ain't telling you to do it, but that encourages me, to be quite honest with you. You know, I don't like playing in the wind. I like to know that I'm serving people. So, but thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Even if I don't know you, I can confidently say that I love you and I appreciate you for just spending time. Thank you so much. So, all right, YouTube, I'm out. Where's my button? Come on, Ecamm, dog on it. All right, peace, YouTube.